Good evening and welcome to a new episode of Mishkat al-Tanwir. Let me start with a simple but worrying question. Why does a person get lost when they are certain they are walking the right path? How can someone live their whole life convinced they are on God's path and in the end discover they were on the wrong path and heading in the opposite direction? The shocking truth is that the most dangerous battle in our lives is not with people, not with anyone, and not with the world. The real battle is within. In his profound foundational article, We Have Certainly Created Man into Hardship, the great thinker, our Professor Ali Muhammad al-Shurafah al-Hamadi, hits upon the root of the issue. Man was not created in comfort or on a path free of tension, fatigue, and effort. Man inherently exists in the heart of a state of constant struggle between two directions, between two paths, and between two calls. The key verse here is we have certainly created man into hardship. Hardship, kabad, is not just fatigue. It is a description of a complete existential state, meaning that you are constantly in a push and pull, in a struggle, in a test, and making choices, my dear friends. Well, the struggle is between whom? Between what? The Quran clearly reveals that the equation is complex between two main parties, the self and its desires and inclinations, and Satan as an external force working to exploit these inclinations by amplifying them. Here, my dear friends, we must return to the beginning, to the start of the story. The story of Iblis, who later became Satan and descended from the heavenly kingdom to the earthly realm, is not just a tale. It is a key to understanding all of existence. Iblis did not deny the existence of God. On the contrary, he knew him and spoke to him. But the real problem was something deeper: arrogance and following desires. When he was commanded to prostrate to Adam, he didn't object because he didn't understand, but because he saw himself as superior. Here, the danger appears. Making yourself the standard of truth and trying to subject God Almighty's command to your own desires. This is what Iblis committed with God, and afterward he became determined that the new creature, man, and his offspring would do the same thing with God. And this is exactly the meaning of disbelief in one of its Quranic dimensions, taking one's desire as a God to be obeyed, not denying the Creator. From this moment, Satan's mission began. To convince man that wrong is right, not to force him into wrong. Look, observe, and note the miraculous Quranic expression. And Satan made their deeds pleasing to them, meaning Satan works on awareness, perception, and the angle of vision. Because of this,